All right, we have live team coverage of the snow with News 13's Victoria Dunkel in Madison County and Frank Ferboni in Buncombe County. We're going to start with Frank this morning. Frank, you're live in Asheville. What are you seeing out there?
Well, as Jay mentioned, some light flurries right now, but on the way out here a little bit earlier this morning, we drove 26 and 240 and parts of the highway were covered white with snow. And we'll let you take a look at the highway behind us. We're at 240 at the intersection of 1923 right here in downtown Asheville. And the road is looking pretty good. It's wet. There's still snow covered on parts of it, but I have to tell you, the DOT crews have been down here running passes through this area at least 3 or 4 times in the short amount of time that we've been here so far. Now, I just got off the phone a few minutes ago with the Highway Patrol here in this area at Troop G, and they tell me that they have had a number of accidents, mainly in the western counties around Swain County. We did hear from the Buncombe County EOS and 911 Center that they did have an accident around Swannanoa on Interstate 40. No injuries to be reported there, though. But otherwise, roads are looking pretty good. But as Jay mentioned a little bit earlier, it's somewhat spotty. I live out in the Fletcher Cane Creek area, and when I came in this morning around 3:30 or so, there was plenty of clear spots, and then you would drive a little ways and then there would be snow and white covered roads. So it's sort of patchy is the way it's coming down right now, but the wind is blowing and it certainly is cold out here this morning. Back to you, Holly.
All right, Frank, stay warm. We'll check back in with you in just a little bit. And News 13's Victoria Dunkel joins us live on the phone from Madison County. Victoria, I'm guessing your trip up there has been a little dicey.
That would be a nice way of putting it, Holly. Actually, we ran into places where we actually were slowing down below 30 miles per hour just because the roads were completely covered with snow, and underneath that was a lovely sheet of ice. Lots of people slowing down, taking it easy. We did see on our way coming out North Buncombe County, we'd just gotten into the Madison County, or about to the Madison County line, and there was a spin out. There was a car that was actually on the side of the road, but it was facing us, obviously facing the opposite direction. No apparent injuries there, but we are hearing that there was a jackknife tractor trailer, and that was in near the Macon and Cherokee County lines in the Nantahala Gorge. Swain County's reporting a lot of snow, 2 to 3 inches there. The North Carolina Highway Patrol, like Frank said, says that they've had some wrecks, more coming in as the morning progresses. And the big advice that I got when I was talking to the different DOT groups who've been out on this all night long, working so hard to keep these roads as clear as possible, they're saying, take it easy. If you don't have to be out, of course, you hear this every time, but this is really good advice. If you don't have to go out on these roads right now, don't do it, because it may just look like a little dusting of snow, but underneath there, since it started as the rain and so on, we've got a nice sheet of ice on many of these roads. And if it looks wet, presume it's frozen at this point, because we've got some black ice issues going on as well. I'm going to work the phones again, and we're going to get back with you in our next half hour with another live update. Reporting live in Madison County, Victoria Dunkel, News 13.
All right, Victoria, thanks so much. And remember, for severe weather and snow updates, just head to our website. There you can find all of the school closings, the radar, even live newscasts. Go to WLOS.com on your computer or your mobile device. And now we're going to go to our team coverage that is live of this winter storm. We're going to start with News 13's Victoria Dunkel in Madison County. Frank Ferboni is also in Buncombe County. So, Vic, let's start with you this morning. What are you seeing out there? That shot we just saw, it looks pretty bad.
It is really, it's coming down, and like you said, I'm trying to face the snow a little bit for you, but it's hitting me in the face because it's coming at a side angle here. We're up at Sam's Gap, or near that area, just a few miles in from the Tennessee state line. And like we were saying, what the problem was is it started out like a freezing rain in situations, but if you can see, look at this. We've got underneath the snow a pretty thick layer of ice. We're okay because we're standing still in this, but if you're out driving in it, then that's going to cause some serious conditions that are tricky. You have to give yourself plenty of time. When I was checking around this morning, checking with the different dispatchers, the folks over in Graham County, they were telling us they got quite a bit of snow, 3 to 4 inches, and they also told me in the Beaver Dam area, they were reporting, like Jay said, this wind is picking up now. They were reporting the wind blowing, and they had what they called blizzard conditions. The wind just picked up its speed right now, so wind chill is going to be an issue as well today. I got to tell you, folks, take it easy, stay with us, because like Jay's been saying this morning, this is going to be a progressive situation, and things will change in just a few minutes' time. We're hearing about accidents. There's a jackknife tractor trailer over near the Macon Cherokee County line. So do be cautious when you're out there on the roads. Take it easy. We've got DOT crews been working around the clock, and they're going to keep doing that. But as we've been watching all morning long, things are changing even as we were driving out here this morning and dealing with the conditions that my friend Frank Ferboni is now standing in right now.
I'm in downtown Asheville near the intersection of 240 and 1923, and the snow has started to pick up again. Earlier it kind of died off a little bit, and now it's starting to blow once again. I want to show you just a little bit about what's been happening here. You can see from the grass is now covered in this area, downtown Asheville, and there's a pretty strong wind as well. I just got done talking with a DOT crew member a few minutes ago, and he said that they're focusing their attention in this downtown area around 240 and 40 because they say that's where it's the slickest. We're going to show you a shot of the sign of 1923 here at the intersection to give you an idea, because Jay was mentioning, and Holly, you guys were talking about how it's blowing sideways. Well, you can definitely see it blowing sideways down here now because the wind has picked up. As I was checking out some of the downtown streets here in the city, you can see garbage cans and other debris that's been blown around because of the winds. And these downtown streets in the city are getting slick as people pass over them and they start to refreeze. So if you're going to get out, there are some accidents in the area. You'll definitely want to use some caution.
Let you know coming up.
All right, fresh snow is, of course, covering a layer of ice in many parts of the mountains this morning.
That's right. We have live team coverage of the latest winter storm with News 13's Victoria Dunkel in Madison County and Frank Fraboni in Asheville. We begin with Victoria, where there's an added troublemaker in the mix, right?
Yeah, it's that wonderful thing you were talking about, the wind. And Jay, I don't know what it is about it. When you toss to me on these live shots, it's like you push a button. The wind just picked up and got even stronger out here. Welcome back, by the way. This has been kind of this situation all morning long. We're up here near Sam's Gap, and the wind is blowing so hard. It is just taking all the snow across here, and it's going across what's already a frozen layer of ice underneath here. We just heard the snow plows go through on 26 over here behind us. And, you know, I want to thank, we're talking about team coverage. I want to thank the team members on our Facebook page who are letting us know what's going on in their backyard. I appreciate Eddie Fowler letting me know they're seeing snow in Candler. I have other reports of 3 to 4 inches of snow in places like Swain County. Macon County's dealing with a wreck, that jackknife tractor trailer near the Cherokee line there. They're still working on that one. The situation here is you need to be very careful. We've got a lot of snow days and stuff, so you're going to be anxious to get the kids outside. Bundle them up if you're going to be getting out there, because the wind is making it feel a lot colder. We have been watching this wind kind of blow the snow, and it's changing the texture of the snow as well. It's the kind that's really starting to lay and accumulate here. We're at the visitor center. We've seen a few people pull in and try to get off the road. A big problem as you're driving, it's almost fog-like. In fact, that's what slowed us down on our trek out here. The roads were bad, but then we kind of hit this wall of fog with it. So do be careful out there. And the conditions are moving all the way into the Asheville and Buncombe County and beyond area where Frank Fraboni is right now.
That's right, Victoria. The snow is coming down pretty hard here in downtown Asheville, too. Let me just show you. I'm going to step over here into the grass. We're down at the downtown, and just about 30 minutes ago, I had cleaned this area off of snow, and it's already covered again. So we're looking at probably anywhere from half to 3/4 of an inch of snow just in the last half hour or so, and it's still coming down. Now, the roads in the downtown area don't look too bad. They're still kind of clear. You can see traffic is moving a little bit slower, but the snow is now starting to stick to the highway. This is 240 at the intersection of 1923, and you can see from a close-up shot of the sign that the wind is blowing and the snow's moving sideways. The DOT crews have been moving around this area. They say it's the Asheville area south. When you go north to Weaverville, they said that they didn't really see as much snow in that area. But right around the downtown area, they are concentrating on these highways where there's a lot of traffic. We spoke to the EOC 911 center just a few moments ago, and they tell us that they had nothing really to report as far as accidents or trouble in the area, but that could change as people start heading out to work this morning and make that morning commute, because a lot of the downtown streets, a lot of the side roads where the snow has been building up are going to be a little slick and treacherous. So you'll definitely want to add some extra time into your morning commute this morning. And of course, some places are already closed, some schools. You'll want to check the bottom of your screen for that. Holly, Jay?
The snow, as we saw, is piling up in many mountain communities. Let's begin our live team coverage in the field this morning on the winter storm. News 13's Victoria Dunkel is live in Madison County. Frank Fraboni is live in Asheville.
And first, let's check in with Victoria near Sam's Gap. Victoria, how much snow there where you are right now?
Well, Jay, you know, you were trying to guess. I'm never good at this thing, so I'm just going to show you. Here's my finger going into the snow here. Underneath was a good ½ inch to or so of ice. So Well, that's at least an inch, maybe a little bit more of snow that's fallen just since we got here, because when we got here, this was nice and clear, and all you could see was that lovely mess of ice underneath here. This is the problem. You get underneath there, and you're going to hit that as you're driving along, and that's going to make driving treacherous this morning. We've got a lot of reports of different accidents going on. Earlier, a truck had jackknifed over in Macon County in that area, and you say this is team coverage. We've been relying on this great team of reporters helping us out on our Facebook page. You shared some of that in our surf a few minutes ago, but I encourage you, if you are at home, just stick the camera out the window there and snap a picture. Let us know what's looking like out where you are. Some of my friends have been saying they're getting more snow up in Balsam Mountain, Sonoke area, got at least 6 inches of snow. We're seeing it all the way into Henderson County now. Our friends in Transylvania County, they said Brevard had a dusting on the ground there earlier this morning, and it's been coming down. So the big thing is, like we were saying earlier, is that it may be clear where you are right now, but if you're thinking, oh, I can make it and get out there, just be aware that just around the bend, it's a completely different story in many communities. We'll be staying out here checking the conditions for you all morning long to let you know how things are going in the western counties, but let's head in a little bit more closer to Asheville, where Frank is.
Victoria, snow still falling here in downtown Asheville. We're at the intersection of Highway 240 and Highways 1923, and at the junction there, traffic's moving quite smoothly right now. We had some salt trucks pass through here earlier this morning before daylight, and they were really hitting the highway very hard with salt and sand. And as you can tell, the highway looks clear now. The traffic is keeping the snow off the road, but the snow is still coming down. Now, it's not coming down as hard as it was earlier this morning, but let me show you. If we just dip down here, you can see on this little road here, the snow's piled up a little bit, but it's not very deep, maybe a half an inch. It's a dusting here so far, but it's patchy. Parts of town are seeing more snow than other parts, and as Victoria mentioned, there are a number of wrecks around the area. We've heard about some on I-40 around Swannanoa, out on Concord Road in the county closer to the Cane Creek area. They've had some accidents out there, and in the Enka area, so they're spread out all around the area. People are having troubles on the road, and the DOT crews are telling us that they're sticking to this main area around the city on the 240 to help the commuters get in and out of town and get to work, to and from. So if you're traveling, you'll definitely want to allow some extra time and be careful. Holly, Jay?